everyone, welcome to the 21st video in my series on the Te Araroa Trail. So I'm at the Greenstone Station trailhead, which is the start of the Mavora Walkway, last section in the Otago region before I get to Southland. So from Queenstown it is the Lake Wakatipu hazard bypass, so you basically drive around Lake Wakatipu to this side because the road's apparently too dangerous to walk and didn't look too bad compared to some of the roads I've already walked, but yeah, it's not counted in the trail kilometres, so pretty happy to drive around a little bit. So it is about 21.6 kilometres I think from here to Taipo Hut, which is where I'm heading today. I think I might get a little bit further, we'll see how we go. I'll start off by going to Greenstone Hut and then yeah, turn off onto the Mavora Walkway. So it's 11:15 now. I have just arrived at Greenstone Hut. So it's taken me about 2 hours 45 minutes to get here from the car park. Done 12.6 kilometres and climbed 520 metres. So it's been really easy track so far, just following the Greenstone River up from the lake outlet to the hut. So yeah, it's been really nice. This is a really popular walk, the Greenstone Cables track. So yeah, that explains it. And this is a really nice 20-bed hut as well. So I'm going to have a bit of a break here and then continue on towards Taipo Hut, which is a little 4-bed hut on the Mavora Walkway. And I'm assuming the track's going to get rougher from here because this is the point where I'm leaving the Greenstone Cables. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too bad. It's 2:45 now, and I've just arrived at Taipo Hut. So this is where I'm going to be staying tonight. So it's taken me just over 6 hours from the Greenstone Carpark to here. Done 23.3 kilometres and climbed just over 900 metres. So I have to say, I don't want to do that track again in the future. So that was pretty rough from Greenstone Hut to here. I followed the official track the whole way. There's a few other routes that people were talking about that followed up the valley, so I don't know what they'd be like, but yeah, I followed the triangles, and there's so much windfall in the forest section, and then you come out of the forest and think you're over it, and then you just get into a big bog for about the last 3 kilometres, so yeah, not the most fun track, but this is a cool little hut. It's got indoor tap that actually works, 4 beds, very wide beds too, so yeah, not sure how many people are coming here. I met a lady along the way that I think was going to be coming here tonight, so there'll probably be more behind me as well. See what happens later on. So it's 7:30 on Thursday morning. I'm just about to leave Taipo Hut, heading out to the Mavora Lake Campsite today at North Mavora Lake. So I've got about 27 kilometres I think. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I think it's pretty well all downhill, but hopefully not through a bog like yesterday, because that wasn't very fun. About 12 kilometres from here to Boundary Hut, and then it turns into a 4-wheel drive track for the last 15 k's past Carrie's Hut and out. So yeah, it should get quite a bit easier when I get to Boundary Hut, I think. Day's looking alright. A little bit cloudy, but I don't think we'll get any rain. The forecast said just cloudy, so yeah, should be a good day. It's 12:15. I've just arrived at Carrie's Hut at the northern end of North Mavora Lake. So I've done 19.7 kilometres and climbed 370 metres so far, and it's taken me just under 5 hours. So yeah, that first bit from Taipo Hut to Boundary Hut was pretty wet underfoot, but I still managed to keep dry feet. But definitely, yeah, it was a swampy track. So I stopped, did a little side trip to the Bush Creek Hut, which is a private one on the way, and had a look at that. Yeah, that was locked, and then yeah, kept continuing on towards Boundary Hut. So it took me 3 hours to get to Boundary Hut from Taipo, and then it's taken just over an hour to get from Boundary to here. It's only 6 kilometres between the two, so yeah, really easy. And the 4-wheel drive track starts at Boundary Hut, so yeah, it's definitely got a lot easier. This is a 6-bed hut. Quite a nice one, right next to the Mavora Lake. So it's just under 10 kilometres from here to the Mavora Lakes campsite. It's supposed to be about 2 hours, I think. It's 3 o'clock. I've just arrived at the campsite at the North Mavora Lake, so I'm now at the southern end of the lake. Came from Carrie's Hut, which is up that way at the northern end of the lake. So it's taken me about 2 hours to get here from Carrie's Hut. I think it was just over 10 kilometres, so yeah, quite easy on the four-wheel drive track, past a few four-wheel drives going up to the hut. Yeah. So I've climbed a total of 500 metres today, done 30 kilometres, and it's taken me 7.5 hours from Taipo Hut this morning. So I'm going to be stopping here tonight and then continue probably out to State Highway 94 tomorrow and get a ride into Te Anau. It's 7:20 on Friday morning now, so I'm just about to leave the Mavora Lakes campsite. So today I'm planning on doing probably just over 40 kilometres, hopefully. We'll see how we go, but yeah, round to South Mavora Lake, round the track, and then head towards Kiwiburn Hut. And I probably will miss the Araroa farm track. Sounds pretty rough, so I think I might come out to the road a little bit earlier and walk the road instead, which basically runs parallel to it on the other side of the river anyway, so I don't think I'll miss much. And yeah, walk down the road for however many kilometres and hopefully get out to State Highway 94 or I can get a ride to Te Anau. It's 10 o'clock now. I've just made it to the Kiwiburn swing bridge. So I've done 14 kilometres. It's taken me 2.5 hours. I've climbed 130 metres. So it's been a really nice trail, mainly through beech forest, following the Araroa river down. Walked around South Mavora Lake to the bridge at the bottom of the lake, and then yeah, I've just been following the Araroa river all the way down to here. So the river is just there. So according to this sign, it's 12.5 hours from here to Princhester Hut, and where I'm going, the highway is about an hour and a half before Princhester Hut, so that indicates there's 11 hours to go, which doesn't sound very fun, but I don't know, I'm hoping I can do it a bit quicker than that. So the official trail actually continues on here through the forest to a junction to Kiwiburn Hut, and then follows a farm track down the Mavora River, which is meant to be really rough. So I'm going to cross the Kiwiburn Bridge and exit out to the road and road walk down to the highway. So hopefully that's a bit quicker, but see what happens. It's still going to be a long way to go. So I've just arrived at the junction between State Highway 94 and Princhester Road. So this is the highway that goes out to Te Anau. So yeah, I made it all the way, so I'm pretty happy about. It is 4 o'clock, so it's taken me about 8.5 hours from the Mavora campsite this morning. Done 44.9 kilometres and climbed 200 metres. So this has actually been my longest day on trail. Very similar length to the day between Lake Pukaki and Lake Ohau a few weeks ago, but this is about 100 metres longer. So yeah, my new longest day. So I'm going to head into Te Anau tonight, get a ride from here, which is about 30 k's away, stay the night there, and then start the Takitimu Forest track tomorrow. So it is 7:30 on Saturday morning now. I am back at the Princhester Road and State Highway 94 junction where I finished up yesterday. So today I'm going to be heading into the Takitimus and to Aparima Hut, I think, which I think is about 21.5 kilometres away. The track's meant to be reasonably rough, so yeah, it'll probably take a while. I'm thinking probably about 7 hours, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So I've got a 6 kilometre road walk to start to Princhester Hut, and then yeah, the track starts there and head into the bush. It's 12:30 now. I've just stopped for lunch, so I've done 15.8 kilometres so far, so it's been a slow day. It's taken me about 5 hours to get from the road to here. The start was really easy, just up the road to Lower Princhester Hut. That was all just road walking for the first 6 k's, and then the hut was at the end of the road. And then yeah, the track to here has been terrible, so it's just in and out of the bush and tussock a bit like this. Yeah, so I'm going to head back into the bush soon by the look of it. But it's just been mud the whole way in the forest and in the tussock. It's basically a big bog. So yeah, it's very slow going. Not really enjoying this track, but anyway, we're getting there. I think it's about another 7 kilometres from here to the hut, which would usually be pretty quick, but might take me another few hours if it continues like this. 3 o'clock. I've just arrived at Aparima Hut. So it's taken me 7.5 hours to get here from the highway this morning. I've climbed 915 metres and done 23.5 kilometres. So it's been a pretty hard day. They've started off really easy, basically from Lower Princhester Hut up to the saddle, and then yeah, the track got pretty rough down there, basically a big bog the whole way. So yeah, that was interesting. I made it here, so that's good. So there's actually 2 huts here. That's the old one you can see behind me, and then the newer one's behind. So the newer one sleeps 8 and this older one sleeps 3, so yeah, 11 beds in total. So it's quite a nice spot. There's 4 of us here now. There'll be more coming behind, so probably be a full hut later on. So tomorrow I'm going to be heading to the Telford Campsite and camping for the first time in a while. It's 8 o'clock on Sunday morning now. I'm just about to leave Aparima Hut, so I'm heading to Telford Campsite tonight, which apparently is 16 hours away according to the dock sign, so it's going to be another big day. I think it's 20 something kilometres, but probably pretty similar to yesterday in terms of mud and bush, and then there's a bit of a 500 metre climb at the end up to the Telford Tops, where apparently we can see down to the South Coast, so that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, it's another good day, so I think it'll get pretty warm later on. So I'm just leaving the Lower Wairaki Hut, so I've just stopped for lunch here, been here about half an hour now, so it's 10 to 1, took me 4 hours to get here, climbed 615 metres, and I've done 14 kilometres, so yeah, it's been a pretty good track, just through the forest all day. So now I'm going to start the 500 metre climb up to the tops, and then drop down to the Telford Campsite. It's 2 now, and I'm up on the Telford Tops, so I'm at the high point between the hut and the campsite. So this is a pretty awesome view. This is actually the first view of Bluff, so pretty excited about that. It's behind me there. You can see, yeah, right down to the South Coast, so 7 days I'll be at that sign, I'm thinking. Still looks like a long way to go though, but yeah, first view. So it's been a 550 metre climb up to the hut from here. It's taken me about an hour 20, so yeah, the track's been really good, and it's awesome to get out of the bush for a bit onto the tops. Got a cool view over to the rest of the mountains just there, and can also see over to Longwood Forest that way, which is the next forest and the final forest on Te Araroa. So yeah, this is pretty awesome. So it's about 4 kilometres down to the campsite, basically just down that hill by the stream. So I'll have a bit of a break up here and then get moving down there. So I've just arrived at Telford Campsite where I'm going to be stopping tonight. It's 4:45, so it's taken me 7 hours and 45 minutes to get here from Aparima Hut this morning. I've done 22 kilometres and climbed 1,300 metres. So yeah, it's been a pretty big day, pretty tiring. Heaps of mud to start off with in the forest. Not as bad as yesterday actually, but yeah, still there was a bit. And then that big 550 metre climb at the end to the top of the hill, and then I've just dropped down about 600 metres back down to the campsite. So I'm back next to the Telford Burn stream. So it's quite a big campsite. There's a toilet here. Not a whole lot else though, apart from grass. A little stream to get water from, so yeah, nice spot. And this is the border of Takitimu Conservation Area and Mt Linton Station, so camping's not allowed on the station, which goes for the next 25 kilometres, so we're kind of forced to camp here, and then yeah, we'll cross through the station tomorrow. It's 7:45 on Monday morning now. I'm just leaving the Telford Campsite in Takitimu. So this is going to be my last day in the Takitimu Forest. Heading out over Mt Linton Station today. So I'm already on the station. Goes for the whole day. I think it's about 26 kilometres, so it's going to be pretty much my longest farm walk. I think this is the biggest working farm in New Zealand, so yeah, it's a pretty big area. So I think there's meant to be about over 1,000 metres of climbing, so it's going to be a pretty hilly day. A few river crossings, but shouldn't be anything too major. I'm thinking it'll probably take about 7 hours, I think, to get out to the road, and yeah, that'll be at Birchwood on the Ojai Clifton Highway. It's 2 o'clock now. I've just arrived out at Struan Flat Road, which is the end of the Mt Linton Station section. So I've done 28 kilometres, climbed 850 metres, and it's taken 6 hours and 20 minutes. So yeah, just been on Mt Linton Station all day basically. We camped at Telford Campsite last night, which was at the boundary of the dockland and the station, and then been following the track through all day. There's quite a few hills on this farm. Had a few paddocks with sheep, cows, bulls, horses, bit of everything, so yeah, it was interesting. Weather's still alright, looked like it might rain but hasn't yet, so that's pretty good. So from here I'm going to get a ride out to Clifton and have a rest day there tomorrow, and then continue from there on to Bluff, which is the last 5 days of the trail after that. So I should be in Bluff on Sunday. It's Monday now. So thanks for watching this 21st video in my series on the Te Araroa Trail. If you'd like to support me, there's a link to buy me a coffee in the description below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future parts. See you next time.